Can you tell us about the 20 people in a cabin for many days?
Yeah, so our cast and crew was 15 people. We stayed in a cabin for 20 days. Kris and I lived in a motorhome, the motorhome you see in the film, which did not have air conditioning. Really cold at night, really hot during the day.
Yes.
But we feel like as directors we need to suffer the most. Like that's, you know, when you're asking people to do things for not a livable wage, you need to sacrifice the most. So it was great. It was literally, I purposefully handpicked every single person on that crew to make sure that they work as a team as well as their own individual, what they bring individually, because I knew it was tight quarters and they got to live together, and I don't want, you know, assaults and you know, the LA riots to happen in the cabin. So so it was great. Like we didn't have, I think the longest day we had was 10 hours. Then people didn't have to commute home all the time because they stayed there. So it was a lot of like the cast and the crew going river rafting every afternoon after we wrapped. And our caterer, he cooked 3 meals a day plus snacks. So food was always taken care of. And so it's just really about creating that really great summer camp environment where it's fun, because we're doing a really heavy film and it's really hard to shoot sometimes. It's a disintegrating marriage and it's emotional, and so you just have to make it, the levity happen outside of that. Yeah. Especially when you're I don't think I would ever have my cast and crew live on set ever again.
No, we're not gonna do that again.
It sounded like a great idea, and to save money and that sort of thing, it's too hard. It's when you don't have a place to release and to go away.
I mean, especially for our lead actors, it's like, so they're
living in the bedroom that their characters, you know, are living in. So.
Yeah, we won't be doing that.
We won't be doing that. I don't do that. Filmmakers don't. No matter how much money you save, don't do it. Get a hotel that's offsite.
Yeah.
So I think that was the biggest mistake that we learned. While they
made the best of
it like
Yeah,
champions.
for sure, yeah.
It just, I wouldn't do that to them.
Well, I mean, they were great too, because it was like, you know, they sort of self-medicated with these river rafting trips every day. They would just, cast a group, be like...
Or on the one day off, we had a turnaround from nights to days. Literally our caterer organized a camping trip. So we took everybody and they went camping for a night to get off, and without us, so that we had time. Because when we're directors on set, we try to, you know, have boundaries, and, you know, I mean, I love every single person dearly on my cast and crew, but at the same time, you got to be careful of that relationship when you're directing, and so we tend to pull away a little bit. We need to be our unit.
Well, plus, you know, they need to bitch about us.
Exactly.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah, we don't need to be around all the time. So yeah, they went on a camping trip for a day, and it gave us the cabin by ourselves for a day, and we were just able to really relax and realize the time. So.
Yep.
And how much does that living environment impact what we see on the screen?
100%. I mean, because that cabin's a character, and I think it really, while it was hard for the actors, it really put them in that space as well. So while I wouldn't do it again, because I think they could get there without that.
Yes.
Because I trust my actors in getting there without that. At the same time, it did. You see that dread, a little bit of that dread on screen.
Yeah. It's just.
You know, I can't help but ask, what was your favorite or your best moment working on this film?
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't a fun moment, but there was a scene that comes toward the end of the film, and one of the characters asked the other character, "Did you ever think we'd be these people?" And then the Will character Ernie responds, "No, I did not." And when he said that line, there was something about his delivery that this is not hyperbole. This is literally what happened. We're watching the monitor, and both of us at the exact same moment burst into tears. Yeah. And it hurt, and it was painful. Yeah. But at that moment, I was like, "Wow, this might mean that we have something good." Yeah. Because, you know, it's a completely spontaneous, unsynchronized sobbing session because of one line of dialogue. I mean, testament to his performance that it was really good. But I think that was probably my favorite moment, because I was like, wow, this might work. Yeah.
For me, which is an actual little more fun moment. So there is when the couple come in and the Vagabond characters come in, they take them on this little adventure, and it involves breaking into a summer camp and having to sneak past the camp director's house. And not only it was fun to have Wonder and Mark kind of come in, because if anyone knows Wonder and Mark, they're both just these beams of light and energy and happiness, you know, and they're such charismatic.
And plus Wonder comes with Falcor.
Oh, and Falcor. Having Falcor on set was we shot slow motion footage of Falcor chasing a ball, like as
yes.
But it was so we're at the YMCA and the camp director catches them, and the four of them have to run through the woods to get away, and so literally the DP has to run, you know, with the camera following them. And I just decided, I think we all just decided to just run with them, you know, and just have it be this, like we're literally running with them to see if we could. And it was just so much fun. It was just such a fun moment, and that whole sequence, I can't help but smile so big when I watch it every time, because the characters are having so much fun.
Yeah,
and
actually it was really funny last night in the premiere, like a guy had to like get up and go to the bathroom like right when that sequence started, and I'm like, no, you're missing the only fun part of the
yeah, so it's just when you get, I just love feeling the energy and the emotions of the characters, you know, whether that be good or bad, you know, and it's just great.
Yeah.